Good day, everyone. Once again, we welcome you to the University of the Philippines, the platform. Today, we feature the peace talks, the ongoing peace talks between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and what we call the CNN, which stands for the Communist Party of the Philippines, the NPA, and the NDF. So, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our special guests for today. We have a representative and, shall I say, spokesperson or consultant of the National Democratic Front. I'd like to invite you to introduce yourselves further later on. Attorney EDRE OLALIA. We have also General RESTITUTO PADILLA. Good afternoon, sir. And of course, the supervising peace panel member, former Secretary of the Department of Agrarian Reform, and former Congressman, HERNANI Braganza. Welcome to the platform, and I'm sure the audience will have a grand time listening to and learning about the current peace talks. May I invite you to introduce yourself further?
Okay, thank you, Edna. Good day. I was promoted by Edna. I'm just a legal consultant of the NDF negotiating panel, and I have been involved in the peace process since 1996. And I'm also a member of their international legal advisory team. And of course, my main role really is as president of a human rights lawyers organization called the National Union of People's Lawyers. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Attorney.
Thank you, Edna. General Restituto Padilla Jr. And I'm representing the armed forces during this program. I'm the official spokesman and at the same time the Assistant Deputy Chief of Staff for Civil Military Operations, J7.
Lastly.
Ma'am Edna, magandang hapon po. Alam niyo po, 15 years old na po ako sa peace talks na to eh. I started during the time of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. For a time, nagtrabaho din po ako sa ilalim po ng Aquino administration. Ito na po yung pangatlong beses na actively participating po again sa peace talks. Mas matanda po sa akin si EDRE sa peace talks. No?
Thank you very much. Since kayo po ang pinakamatanda dito sa Peace Talks, I will begin with the questions directed to Secretary Nani Braganza. As far as we know, under the current administration, ito ho yung medyo mahaba-haba, matagal ang tinakbo at marami na ring progreso nangyari dito sa peace talks between the government and the cpp-npa-ndf. What is the current state of the peace talks now, sir?
Well, ma'am, siguro let me backtrack a bit. Ano po. 50 years of armed conflict, 30 years of negotiation. It started during the post-Marcos era, starting from President Aquino up to the present. Ano ho, at on and off yung peace talks. Siguro ang basic difference is, kung dati po sequential pag-usapan yung mga substantial agenda, this time simultaneously pinag-uusapan no, yung apat na major agenda: human rights, social economic reforms, constitutional reforms, and end of hostilities. The reason I'm pointing this out, ma'am, is between 2001 when I started yung social economic reforms, I was also the chair of that committee. Today, 15 years ho yung pagitan. So, sa tingin ko maganda ho yung future ng peace talks under the Duterte administration. At mukhang committed naman ho yung both parties to really finish the peace to finish the peace talks, come up with a final peace agreement para may panahon po yung Duterte administration to implement whatever agreement can be achieved under his presidency.
Just for information of everyone, how did the peace talks under the Duterte administration start? Who took the initiative? Where did the energy come from?
Well, ang alam ko po is as early as, well, during the campaign and as early as June, when President-elect Duterte, malinaw na ho yung kanyang panalo. nag-uusap na po sila ng National Democratic Front, led by Mr. Fidel Agcawili, kung di po ako nagkakamali. Kaya as early as June, before his assumption to office, the President's assumption to office, kami po ay tumakbo na ho ng Oslo para pag-usapan yung resumption ng formal talks. Kasama po si EDRE ho ron.
Okay,
So 1 year ago, technically speaking, 1 year ago.
Attorney, what is the state of the talks now, particularly, for example, on the issue of the ceasefire or human rights, for example? Can you share something on this?
Yeah. Well, generally, there should have been a 5th round of talks, which started in August last year, no? But it was the decision of the GRP, the government of the Republic of the Philippines, not to participate in the scheduled 5th round. Supposedly, what was on deck was the continuation of the negotiations on the second item in the substantive agenda, which is the socio-economic reforms. As far as I know, as their legal consultant, they have reached as far as reaching certain understandings and agreements on certain points on the topic of agrarian reform. And they were even ready to go into the next item, which is on national industrialization. But at the same time, as Nani said, other outstanding concerns and issues on human rights under the first agreement, the Comprehensive Agreement on Respect for Human Rights and International Humanitarian Law, as well as the prospective agreement on political and constitutional reforms, were supposed to be in the agenda. But it did not push through for the reasons stated by the presidential advisor, Secretary Dureza, that they are hoping for an enabling so-called environment. So as it stands now, as far as I know, my clients are still open and are ready, in fact, are preparing for the continuation of the next round, the 5th round, which was, maybe we can say it was postponed. No? But of course, the question of ceasefire started to come forward in terms of the agenda, I think in Rome, Nani, in January. No? And I remember that prior to that, there was this respective unilateral ceasefire between the two parties. However, in February, things started to get complicated, and then these reciprocal ceasefires were withdrawn. No? But the discussions on the ceasefire are still on deck. But what is to be resolved is when is the ceasefire going to take effect? What are the parameters of the ceasefire? Which should come first? Should it be the negotiations on the socio-economic reforms, or should it be on the ceasefire, whatever form it takes? No? So that is what is on the table now, including, of course, the issue of the political prisoners. There are still 400 political prisoners. So that is objectively the statement of the state of affairs of the negotiations now.
Okay. Ito ko address sa inyong tatlo. Kahit sino pwedeng sumagot. But I would say, ito ho ba, kasi because there are four key points. Human rights, the ceasefire, socio-economic reforms, the political and constitutional reforms. Is the complexity of all of this does it have to do with yung sinasabi kanina ni Secretary Braganza na sequential ba ito, sabay-sabay ba ito, which one is a precondition to which particular framework? Ano ho ang complication? What is the complexity of the whole peace talks issue surrounding these four areas or these four frameworks, General Padilla?
Unang-una, kadalasan yung komplikasyon na nakikita ng karamihan dyan is dun sa batuhan ng akusasyon kung sino ba talaga ang sincero sa mga usapan. At yun ay may basihan sa nagiging una, yung tigil putukan na ginawang unilateral, ibig sabihin, dineklara ng isang panig, dineklara rin ng isang panig, pero hindi binding yung agreement na yun. So hindi na-obliga yung isang party doon sa usapan na to na sundin. At maaari nilang bitawan yung commitment na yon anumang oras, tulad nung nangyari nung nakaraang Pebrero. So kung ating titingnan ng mabuti, yung matagal ng usapan na to tungkol sa kapayapaan na nagsimula 30 years ago pa, kung ang pagsisimulan natin ng maayos na simula ay yung ceasefire o tigil putukan, sa tingin namin sa military, mas magbibigay ito ng magandang enabling environment o kondisyon kung saan ang usapan ay magiging maayos. So maaring sabay-sabay pag-usapan yung sinasabi niyo pong 4 na punto, pero ang mangingibabaw po dyan is yung tigil putukan. Kasi pag nagkaroon ng tigil putukan at ito po yung naging binding sa pareho, ito yung sinusulong natin na dapat magkaroon ng bilateral ceasefire o kasunduan sa tigil putukan na sang-ayon ng kabilang panig at ang partido ng gobyerno na ituloy at sundin. Kung magkakaroon ng kasunduan sa isang bilateral ceasefire, mas magiging mainam yung usapan. Kaya nga, kung naalala niyo po, nung Sabado lang binanggit ng ating mahal na Pangulo na inanunsyo niya na hinihikayat niya ang kabilang panig na ikonsidera na wag munang atakihin ang mga sundalo ng armed forces, ang pulis at ng iba pang mga security members natin. Kasi mayroon po kaming maliwanag na pinagbabatayan ng aming galaw dahil nasa konstitusyon po yan. May mandato po tayo na nakalista sa ating konstitusyon. Sinusunod po natin ito. Tapos kung susundin po yan, magkakaroon ng sang-ayunan at magkakaroon ng tigil putukan, maayos sa magiging environment, yung tiwala na maaaring mabuo sa mas maayos at mas substantial o mas malaman na usapan ay magbubunga. So yun po yung sa panig natin. Kaya yung hinihiling po ng mahal na Pangulo, sana ay mapakinggan din at ganun din yung ating sinasabi noong huling usapan na pag-usapan na to. Seriously, i-take into the table na pagkaroon ng mekanismo kung saan binding itong magiging tigil putukan na to sa magkabilang panig.
If I may lang, yung intindi ko ho kasi for being a part of the process for a long, long time, is yung peace talks has always been accompanied by either a ceasefire, pero under the 5 presidents, during special occasions, Christmas, release of captured policemen at saka soldiers, gano'n. Or calamities, or minsan even including Holy Week, nagsi-ceasefire. But generally, yung peace talks has been accompanied by a talk and fight scenario. Siguro under President Ramos, doon yung pinakamaraming agreement na napirmahan, pero under a talk and fight scenario. Under this administration, siguro ang isasabihin natin unique is may malalim na pagkakakilanlan yung mga liderato ng NDF at saka si President Duterte. And as early as June, napag-uusapan na ho yung ceasefire. At nag-reciprocate naman yung magkabilang panig. And for the record, sa tagal ko rito, ito yung pinakahabang ceasefire na nangyari 5 months. But totoo po yung sabi ni General Padilla because it's unilateral in nature. Technically, no rules. Ang neto lang dito, walang barilan Walang barilan yun. Naging neto lang ho talaga nito. Pero since no rules, yung batuhan ng aligasyon, akusasyon, nandun ho yun Di ba? And by the way, ang tingin ko rin kahit magkaroon ng sign agreement, magkakaroon pa rin ng violation. Hindi zero violation
Hindi smooth.
Hindi smooth. Baka posible magkaroon pa ng violation. Pero ang importante lang is, para sa amin, directly negotiating, yung tuloy-tuloy yung pag-uusap. Magkaroon ng coordinating mechanism lang. In fact, hindi naman kasama yung ceasefire committee doon sa Hague Declaration Di ba? And yet, both parties created their own respective ceasefire committees. Na kapag may problema, itong dalawang ito ang nag-uusap para resolvein yung problemang yon. At saka isa pa yung tanong nyo kanina, technically under the Hague Declaration, there should be no preconditions. Kung bakit naging sequential yung usapan, according to yung mga matatanda na rin rito, ganun lang. But if you really look at it, wala namang sinasabing dapat sequential But it has been naging practice. So what is good now, Ma'am Edna, is yun, sabay-sabay pinag-uusapan. Although, may konting sigalot minsan. Pag nagkakaroon ng sigalot, doon bumabalik yung usapan. So, way backward yun, hindi way forward. Katulad nga po ng sinasabi ko ni General Padilla. So, I would like to believe and agree that if the peace process is accompanied by a ceasefire, mas mababawasan ho yung mga posible na magkaroon ng kadahilanan para hindi matuloy yung peace talks. Yun yung, sa tingin ko, more than yung walang barilan, yung peace talks, yung mga komunidad na nagkaroon ng tigil putukan, magiging maluwag yung buhay ng mga tao. Local governments can effectively and efficiently deliver services. Yun lang naman ho, yung tingin ko.
Attorney Edre, do you want to respond?
Siyempre. Ganito yan. May lohika kasi yung pagkasunod-sunod ng pag-uusap. Doon sa Hague Joint Declaration ng 1992, ang una, yung human rights at international maritime law. Tapos na yun panahon ni Presidente Ramos, 1998. Ang nakasala ngayon, socio-economic reforms. Ang susunod dapat, political and constitutional reforms. Ang panghuli ay end of hostilities and disposition of forces. Ano po yung lohika? Hanggat hindi nagkakasundo sa pangalawa, yung usapin ng panlipunan, yung ugat talaga ng problema. Bakit ba may lumalaban? No? At armadong tunggalian ay nangyari ng matagal na panahon.
And this is the socio-economic.
Socio-economic. Hanggat hindi nagkakasarahan yan, pwede bang tumalima muna tayo sa mga alituntunin ng human rights at international humanitarian. Yung laws of war, alam ni General yan. Hanggat hindi pa pumupunta sa pangalawa. Ngayon, pag umabot sa pangalawa, paano mo ipapatupad yung mga socio-economic reforms? Pamamagitan ng political and constitutional reforms. Ano ba yan? Bagong constitution, mag-amendya ba, magbalabas ng bagong batas. Ngayon, kung nagkasundo sa pangalawa at merong mga mekanismo pamamaraan para ipatupad, wala nang dapat dahilan ang aking mga kliyente na lumaban ng armado. Kaya may end of hostilities and disposition of force. Ganun po yung lohika. Pero dahil may pagkakilala nga na, sige, bakit naman kailangan hintayin pa yung pangalawa, pangatlo, pang-apat? Naging flexible na ngayon. To the credit of my clients and of course to the credit of the GRP, nagkaroon sila ng kasunduan na, sige, hanggat nag-uusap sa pangalawa, pwede na rin mag-umpisa sa pangatlo. Kaya nagkapalitan na nung full drafts na, yung political constitution reforms. Tapos yung pang-apat ay nag-meeting na rin, pero outline pa lang. Okay. Kung susundan yan, walang komplikasyon kasi yung pang-apat, doon talaga properly yung tinatawag na ceasefire, yung final peace settlement. Pero kagaya sinabi ni Nani, meron din mga pagkakataon. Kalamidad, release ng kanilang prisoners of war, Christmas yata, may mga pagkakataon. O kaya goodwill and confidence goodwill building measure, maraming beses yan. Naging flexible din yung aking mga kliyente kasi nung Agosto ay nagpasya na rin sila na maglabas ng kanilang ceasefire. 5 months. Matagal nga, tama yung sinabi ni Nani. Pero hindi po yan yung papalit dun sa pang-apat. Yan po ay dahil nga response lang po yan ng kliyente ko doon sa kahilingan na, baka pwede muna tayong tigil putukan habang nag-uusap. Pero ganito ang posisyon ng aking mga kliyente. With due respect kay General, dahil Nani, ganito ang posisyon ng aking kliyente. Tsaka hindi naman tinatago to Lantaran naman sinasabi. Bukas ang aking mga kliyente sa tigil putukan, pwede tayo mag-usap, may mga drafts na nga Ilang beses na rin nag-usap yung ad hoc ceasefire committee. Pero yung effectivity niyan, ay dapat pagkatapos na ng kasunduan ng socio-economic reforms. Bakit? Simpleng-simple lang. Pag nagtigil putukan ba, yung dahilan ba bakit merong armadong tunggalian ay mawawala? Balik rin natin yung sitwasyon. Pag yung solution ba dun sa dahilan sa armadong tunggalian ay naabot, magkakaroon ba ng tigil putukan? Ganun ang punto de vista ng aking mga kliyente. Dapat yung dahilan bakit sila ay lumalaban ay kailangan masagot at ma-address para talagang magkaroon ng tigil putong. Otherwise, magiging pansamantala, komplikado, artificial. May tigil putukan nga, pero bakit lumalaban pa? Kasi nga hindi nasasagot yung dahilan. So, pero gayon pa man, dahil positibo naman yung ating mga tono at gusto natin i-maintain sa ganung tono, hindi nagsasara ang aking mga kliyente, oh sige, alam ni Nani yan, nag-uusap pa yan. Ang ano na lang yan, huwag din namang gawin dahilan na dahil hindi pa umabot sa tigil putukan, hindi na mag-uusap. Kasi ang realidad, may gera eh. Hanggang sa ngayon po, merong pwedeng i-dispute ng armed forces, pero sa ground po, meron talagang opensiba, meron mga pamamaraan na sabi nila, hindi naman opensiba, pero sa punto de vista naman aking mga kliyente, nasa peligro naman sila. So, ibig sabihin dyan, mag-usap pa rin. Keep on talking, even while there's fighting, and keep on solving. So that eventually, yung talagang mutual natin na gusto na tigil putukan, ay mapagkasunduhan. So, yun ang position ng aking mga kliyente.
Si General Padilla would like to elaborate on this.
Maikaklaro lang po ako. For the record, ang reaction ng gobyerno sa ceasefire was a result of, unang-una, it was offered as early as June. Sa dokumento pa lang namin, yung pinirmahan, nandun na yung ceasefire eh. And of course, yung Duterte administration is very thankful for that. In fact, during SONA, nag-announce si Presidente, hindi ka nag-reciprocate eh. Despite na may usapan. In fact, ang reciprocation happened nung first round of talks noong August. Doon ho nagkaroon ng reciprocation eh. But just the same, sabi ko nga ako, maganda ho yung simulain. Pangalawa, sabi ko matagal na po ako sa panel, there is no instruction on us na ceasefire yung una dahil paluluhurin natin yung NPA o yung CPP. Never. Kasi kung ganun, para sa akin, violation na yun ng Hague Declaration yun. I mean, let's be honest. Ako, I'd rather be honest to myself as a negotiator. Di ba? Pangatlo, the personal relationship between the President and the leaders of the NDF. Sa tingin ko, matibay-tibay ho eh. Maganda. Malaking factor ho yun. Malaking factor ho yun. Kaya, very bold si Presidente. Very bold. Hindi lahat ng tao pabor ho sa ceasefire. Ha? May mga taong ayaw yan, may mga taong gusto yan. But malinaw sa parehong panig na pag may ceasefire, ang nakikinabang yung komunidad. I mean, walang batayan, yun naman yung klaro. Di ba? Now, the reason why na-delay yung peace talks is because of incidents on the ground na palaging sinasabi ho. Di ba, the withdrawal of, yung sinasabi ng General kanina, winidraw ng isa, nag-withdraw na rin yung isa. Ngayon, naging hot topic ko ito kung paano ibabalik. Kaya sabi ko kanina, tuloy, nagiging parang ceasefire muna bago kasir muna bago ceasefire. Malinaw din sa amin. Wala din namang instruction talaga sa amin na...
Hindi ito yung fast and hard rule na sequential.
Hindi ho
It can be, it can be simultaneously pinag-uusapan. And nagsa-shuttle, nagko-commute between the different pillars. No?
Pwede ko hong dagdag. Alam niyo, sa amin pong mga sundalo at saka sa karamihan ng ating mga kababayan, kung ipapaliwanag po natin, sisimplihan lang po namin. Ano ho ba ang mangingibabaw dito sa usapan na to? Ito po yung isulong, yung kapakanan ng bawat Pilipino.
Yeah.
At ang pinaglalaban ng bawat panig, Pilipino rin. Ang naglalabanan, kapwa Pilipino rin. So, kung ang nagpapatayan ay kapwa Pilipino, hindi ho ba dapat nararapat na wag na tayo magpatayan, mag-usap na lang tayo. So, tuloy pa rin ang usapan. Pero, dapat magkaroon ng kasunduan na ihinto muna natin yung putukan. Kasi, una, kaya naman pala natin gawin 5 buwan ang nakaraan bago nagkaroon ng resumption of hostilities kasi may paglabag yung isang panig. Sasabihin po ni attorney, kami daw may kasalanan. Sasabihin naman namin, hindi, kayo may kasalanan. So, yan yung mga bagay na pwedeng pag-usapan. So, basta may kasunduan na pag-usapan at magkasundo na itigil yung putukan, ultimo, ang mangingibabaw na may interest sa mga bagay na ito ay yung mga mamamayang maliliit.
Yes.
Kasi doon sa 5 buwan na nakaraan, na kaya naman pala nating itigil yung putukan, yung mga komunidad kung saan nagkakaroon ng bakbakan ang siyang nakinabang na malaki. So, paano ho nangyari yun? Nagkaroon sila ng peace of mind. Nagawa nilang kanilang dapat gawin. Nakalakad sila at nakagawa sila ng kanilang hindi kinakatakot nilang gawin noong araw. So, kung papayagan po nating mangyari ito, ang iniisip po natin, sa loobin natin, pag nagkaroon ng usapan, yung kapakanan ng maliliit na tao. At palagay ko, sa aming panig sa Armed Forces, ang nasa isip at sa puso ng mahal na Pangulo, ay yung interest ng bawat mamayang Pilipino hanggang sa pinakamaliit. Kasi sila yung walang armas. Sila yung naiipit sa putukan. Sila yung hindi nakakaintindi sa mga issue na nilalabas ng kabilang panig at ganun din sa issue ng pamahalaan, maaari. Dahil hindi sila nakakatanggap ng angkop na serbisyo. So, sino ang talo? Yung mamayan na nasa gitna. So, kung tayo yung magkakaroon ng tigil putukan, interest po ng maliliit na tao ang mangingibabaw. At yun naman ang pinaglalaban ng bawat panig. So, tuloy ang usapan, walang putukan. Mas maganda kung may obligasyon ng bawat panig kung sakaling nagtigil putukan. Para kung may nag-violate, pwede kaming habulin. Kung sila nag-violate, pwede namin sila habulin. At doon nagsisimula yung build-up ng tiwala. So yun po ang panig natin. At palagay namin, sa basa namin sa mahal na Pangulo, bilang naging alkalde ng siyudad ng Davao ng matagal, yun din yung kanyang rason. Kaya siya ay namamagitna sa armed forces na siyang under sa kanya doon sa siyudad at doon sa mga kapwa Pilipino na nasa bundok. Kaya nga po kami, alam namin yan, tumutulong ang alkalde ng Davao sa mga kapwa Pilipino nating nasa bundok eh. Pero wala kami sinasabi. Alam namin, Pilipino rin yan, kadugo rin natin yan. Kamag-anak pa nga siguro natin yung iba dyan eh. Pero wala kaming sinasabing, wala kaming pagtanggi sa mga ginagawa niya. Dahil naiintindihan namin. Hanggang sa ngayon, naiintindihan namin kung anong pakay niya para sa bawat mamamayang Pilipino, lalo na yung maliliit.
General Padilla, let me hang a little bit the discussion on the two parties on the peace talks. But let me ask this question. Has the Marawi crisis affected the progress of the peace talks between the government and the cpp-npa-ndf? How has this affected the peace talks? Attorney Edre, would you
General,
like?
with your permission, para both sides makita, no? And then we will let
May dadagdag ako mamaya.
viewers judge, ano. Of course, iba yung take natin mga kliyente, no? Una-una yung reality on the ground, no? Pwede tayo mag-cite ng a few examples, yung pag-atake sa Lumad School, sa mga civilian, yung all-out war na inano ni Presidente na hindi pa naiatras. Siyempre, ang katugunan ng New People's Army, as far as I know, is magdepensa, no? Siyempre, no? Sa akin, personally, pwede naman, sige, clean slate. Utusan yung armed forces, talagang wag kayong mag-operasyon, wag kayong mag-peace and development, no? Kasi ang tingin ng kabila, ginagamit nyo na lang yan. Sige, para hindi na nila sabihin yan, itigil na. O NPA naman, o talagang meron ng order na pala si Presidente. Eh di, yung sinabi natin na i-refrain natin yung mga ofensiba sa Mindanao, talagang down to the lowest squad or platoon, papatupad. Clean slate. Sa akin, personal. Eh di maganda. Kasi kung babalikan natin yan, talagang magkaibang position namin.
Malayo.
Yep, move forward. Pero ganun pa man, ganito ang gusto kong sabihin. Ipapost ko na lang yung question. Di ba mas maganda na yung pag nasuri mo ano yung dahilan bakit mayroong armadong tunggalian at sabay kayong maghanap ng solusyon. Yung solusyon na yun at pinatupad mo, hindi ba yan mismo ang magiging hudyat para magkaroon ng tigil putukan talaga? Kaysa yung, sige, tigil putukan naman. Kasi pag ayaw magtigil putukan, hindi kayo makikipag-usap sa'yo. The absence of a ceasefire should never preclude, derail, or delay meaningful and sincere negotiations to address the roots of the armed conflict. That's fine. Ceasefire is fine. Pero it should never stop the parties from talking, di ba? Yun ang point lang naman namin. Siyempre, magkakaroon ng difference. Kaya, kung pareho lang kami ng punto de vista, yung kliyente ko sa kanila, bakit pa sila nag-uusap na magkabilang pala? Hindi isang table, isang side lang. Kaya nga mayroong pag-uusap kasi magkakaiba nga yung punto de vista.
So
but the point is, keep on talking. Keep on talking.
If I may lang.
Yan lang naman.
Process.
Of the whole process, right?
If I may lang, di
Secretary
ba? Technically speaking, dapat may 5 rounds na yung peace talks. 1 year, on the average, 1 every 2 months. Yung first 3 rounds, hindi ganun kabigat yung problema. Di ba? Ang nagka-problema yung 4th and 5th. What triggered it is the withdrawal of ceasefire. I mean, I'm just being factual. Yung 3rd round,
On the 4th round, you
on the 4th round, dito na, nagkaroon ng mga incidents sa ground. We don't have to mention anyone kung ano yung mga insidente yun, di ba? Basta nangyari. So, sinasabi ko, nag-shift yung tono. Kung nag-shift ang tono ng gobyerno, aminado, di ba? Pero hindi naman palaging gobyerno yung nag-shift yung tono eh. There were instances in the past na nandun na, may hindi na-release, atras din yung kabila. So, alam mo, kaya ang sinasabi ko lang ho is, umabot tayo ng almost 5 rounds already. Maganda yung conditions for the peace talks. Hindi naman isasakripisyo yung substantive agenda. Kasi mali daw din naman sa gobyerno, di ba? Na dapat nating marisolbahan kung bakit nagkaroon ng ganitong klaseng gera in the first place. In fact, to appreciate the statements of the President, he is very clear. Yung NPA, hindi katulad ng ISIL yan. In my mind, they are not terrorists. I mean, nabasa ko sa dyaryo at ng umaga lang ito. But at the same time, sinasabi ni Presidente, I am open to ceasefire. Di ba? So, nandun eh. Kasi siguro nakaranas ng tatlong Now, the question is, ako, sanay din ako na under a talk and fight scenario. Sanay din ako.
Moving forward, given the situation on both sides, how do we move forward? Merong snags na nangyari in the last 2 rounds of the talk. Where do we pick up from there? And how do we go about this whole process to pursue the peace? General Padilla.
Kung papahintulutan nila po, bago ko po sagutin yung katanungan na yon, nais ko lang pong ilahad sa lahat na ang pinakamainam at pinakaprogresibong usapan ay nangyari nung merong tigil putukan. Madami po tayong napag-usapan doon at madami ang pinatunguan ng usapan nung matahimik po ang bansa. At ang nakinabang ay yung maliliit na mamamayan. Yun lang po yung punto natin doon. At nagkaroon lang po ng pagkawala ng momentum sa usapan nung hininto o nagkaroon ng unilateral yung declaration na wala na pong ceasefire noong Pebrero. So kung sana nagkaroon ng momentum yun at nagpatuloy, baka mas madami pa tayo nagawa. At ang usapan noon na hindi nga po end of hostilities eh. Ang pinag-uusapan po noon is kaser eh. So maliwanag po yun. So ang aming punto, nung time na yun,
the
nung
next step,
second.
General, is what? I mean, having said
having said that, in response to your question, there is a need to talk. Alam po natin yan. Dapat tuloy-tuloy ang usapan. At naniniwala kami na pag hindi mag-uusap, wala talaga mangyayari. Yun talaga yun eh. Peace talks, kaya nga po tinatawag na peace talks. Pero peace talks, in order to have a very substantive agenda, must be supported by a very fertile ground. And that fertile ground is a fertile ground of peace and silencing of guns. Because eventually, ang pinag-isipan natin dito, hindi na po yung interest ng grupo man lang o yung interest ng kabilang panig.
it's the small communities.
Communities right there in the middle, to whom government is answerable to. And I think that is the heart of the message of the President. That is why he is seeking to stop the guns from firing, so that the victims in the middle will not be affected. And the lives of Filipinos from both sides, I'm not saying sundalo lang po, buhay lang na sundalo, buhay din ng NPA. Pilipino po tayo lahat eh. Wala pong pagkakataon nung nakaraan na nagkakaisa tayo pagkatapos ng pangalawang digmaan. Nung pangalawang digmaan, maliwanag tayo. Kalaban natin itong bansang to dahil sila ang nag-invade sa atin. United tayo doon. Iniisip po namin, ako bilang isang sundalo dahil ang tatay ko nakipaglaban din ho para sa bansa. Kailan po ba yung susunod na panahon na lahat tayo isang panig lang at isa lang ang pinagtutuunan natin ng pansin na gagagalitan natin. Hindi dapat tayong kapwa Pilipino, kundi iba dapat ang object ng ating aggression at mahalin dapat natin isa't isa.
Okay, having said that, from the end of the government, is there similar openness to continue the peace talks on the part of the NDF? What can Attorney EDRE say on this? On behalf of your clients?
On behalf of my clients, consistent naman sila. No? Despite the challenges, twists and turns. Sabi ko nga, roller coaster yan. Eh. Alam mo naman may dulo eh. Pero hindi mo alam kung paano ka pupunta sa dulo. May twist, may turn, may ano tawag doon, may somersault pa.
Humps and bumps.
Minsan hindi mo alam kung pababa. Tapos bigla, yan, kasi negotiation. Negotiation yan eh. Para positive din ng ating note, ako, I will personally, even as a legal consultant, say that yung statement ng Presidente, let's seize the moment. Yung sinabi niyang willing siya, pag-umpisahan natin yon. Let's see where we will meet. No?
Tama.
Maganda yun kasi yung openness na yon. So, I agree, keep on talking. Hindi ko na pupuntahan yung sinabi ni General na nagkaroon ng mas substantive na dahil kasi maraming ni-report ang aking mga kliyente sa Joint Monitoring Committee, nagsabit pa eh. At alam ni Nani yan, pinirmahan pa. We're not saying whether those allegations are true on its face. Ang sinasabi ko lang, as a matter of fact, may mga allegations na meron. Pero huwag na natin balikan yan. Sagpangan yung chance na magkaroon ng panibagong sigla.
Resumption
resumption.
ng peace talks.
If I may lang,
Secretary Nani.
Attorney EDRE, no? I had just the opportunity kagabi na nandun, nag-usap si Secretary Bello at saka si Chairman Chairman Agkawili. So, siyempre, ang usapan was, okay, in-affirm yung successes ng mga rounds at saka naghahanap ng way forward.
Okay.
Alam niyo, sa talks na to kasi, merong formal talks, may back-channel talks, may bilateral meetings. But ito sigurado to. During formal talks, technically, we're just working 4 days.
Okay.
Di ba? 4 days lang eh. Kasi, yung maiksi. Ako, aminin ko, wala kang mahalos matatapos doon.
Okay.
I think there is a common agreement or understanding na let's have more meetings at bilateral levels informal dito sa Pilipinas. At pupunta tayong formal talks kung may permahan na. Yung may iinisa lang tayo,
So, Secretary,
formalidad.
ibig sabihin nito, kailangan ang efforts sa peace talks medyo mangyari din dito sa local,
Oo, kasi
dito sa local level.
Basta ako ang alam ko, yung UP, katulong namin sa paggawa ng kasama. No, really. May bilateral teams. Meron. May bilateral teams, ano?
Hindi kailangan maghintay ng formal.
We don't have to.
Okay.
Kaya nagkasundo yan, no? So, that's one. Ito as a point of comparison, ha? Not because yung fight, they meet straight 2 weeks. 1 week vacation, 2 weeks ulit. So, imagine. Technically, nag-uusap yun, isang buwan, isang linggong pagitan. Conclaving. Siyempre, naawa naman ako kay Atty. EDRE, nagpapalaki ng baby kasi ngayon. Kaya.
Okay, so,
Hindi, but that's the reality, Ma'am Edna.
I think what we're saying here is, nagsimula ng very positive yung energy ng gobyerno at ng kabilang partido to explore the peace talks. Nag-progress ito. But then, somewhere nagkaroon ng ilang snags. But
Yes.
we're positive that only the peace talks and there's no other thing will help move the attainment of peace really in this country. Kasi as General Padilla said, ang nagsasuffer ho yung ating mga maliliit na kababayan, yung mga nasa komunidad. And it looks like, from what Secretary Nani is saying, mukhang andun ulit yung drive, yung desire, and we don't need to be very formalistic. We can explore possibilities of better communication at the local level. Is that correct?
Yes. At klaro naman
How
po sa
does-
amin, Ma'am Nakwan kung ano man ang pag-usapan dito sa Pilipinas, it's all subject to the approval of the respective panels.
Okay.
May layering naman which is also necessary. Kailangan din ho talaga yun para mapino yung trabaho at saka magkaroon ng maganda sustainable final peace agreement.
Yeah.
Di ho ba? I think malinaw naman ho yung dulo na yun.
So, yes, General, your
may kanya-kanya
word.
pong parte ang mga working groups. Yung working groups po kasi ang naghihimay ng mga detalye ng mga pinag-uusapan. At sila ang nagkakaroon ng consensus kung sakasakaling may nagiging agreement in the offing. Kaya importante po yung trabaho ng mga working groups.
Yes.
Kanya't yung mga working groups na yan ay hindi dapat tumigil sa pagtatrabaho. At dyan nagsisimula ang maayos na usapan.
Meron ho akong isang huling question na gusto kong ibalik, no? Ito hong Marawi crisis natin, paano ito tinitingnan? Very shortly, paano ito tinitingnan? Naka-apekto ba ito sa peace talks ng government at sa kabilang banda yung cpp-npa-ndf?
Sa panig po ng Armed Forces, wala po. Kasi naka-deploy naman po lahat ng ating puwersa sa Kamindanawan batay sa mga threats na hinaharap natin. Kaya itong banta na nanggagaling dyan sa Marawi at ating sinusolusyonan ngayon ay hindi rin naapektuhan yung mga ibang karatig lugar. Dahil hindi po natin pwedeng iwanan yung mga ibang lugar na kung saan may mga banta rin tayo pinagbabantayan. Dahil ang nangingibabaw po dito yung seguridad ng mga kababayan natin.
Okay. So, I'll give each one a chance to have the final statements or the final word, if you wish. I'll begin with
Ako na ho
Secretary
siguro,
Nani.
being the youngest. Kaya ako nangingiti, Ma'am Edna, wala kayong pinagdidibatihan, no?
Yeah.
Sa totoo lang.
Kaya
gusto
nga kung
namin
nila-wrap up
parehas,
din natin on a positive note kasi mukhang
gusto
walang...
natin ng isang
yes.
final peace agreement,
Yeah.
the soonest, para ma-implement yung usapin na yon under this administration.
Right.
Di ba? Napakahirap kasi ng sitwasyon na yung bang bitin. Bitin eh. Ibig sabihin, imagine 5 presidents. If we can end it under this administration, bakit hindi? Di ba? Bakit hindi? But talaga kailangan ng kwento. Bold steps and sacrifice. Yeah. Out of the box thinking ito.
Yeah.
Di ba? Patience is a virtue ang labanan dito. Sa tingin ko naman, sa tagal ng prosesong ito, magmamature din ito. I'm not saying we're immature. Ang sinasabi ko lang ay mabubuo din yung kumpiyansa sa bawat isa.
Yeah.
Sa bawat isa. And there is no perfect agreement. Yeah. Sa tingin ko. But at the end of the day, sabi ko nga, wala kaming, kaya ako mas pasensya na ho kayo, kaya ako natatawa. Wala naman kami pinagdidibatihan na. Isa pala gusto namin lahat. Yeah. Yun lamang po at salamat po.
Attorney Edre.
Siyempre, we share yung positive outlook na yan. We should build on the gains. No?
Yeah.
And then, yung mga challenges, tsaka mga outstanding issues, either we draw lessons from them, or we keep on finding solutions. Kasi two parties to eh. Talagang negotiation yan. Nothing will come out of the process unless they are negotiated. One party cannot tell to the other party, etong gusto namin. And vice versa. It's a negotiation. So, kung may mga challenges, may mga problema, may mga charges, counter charges, may mga dinidispute, that will happen eh. Talagang ano yan eh. Only history will prove us right or wrong eh, di ba? But in the meantime, let's keep on talking. Do not give up. Because so much is at stake. From whatever point of view you come from, so much is at stake. So keep on talking.
Okay. Last word from the General.
Salamat po. The privilege of having the last word to say ngayon. Isa lang pong, dalawang punto lang pong nice kong ibigay. No? Una, ang track record po ng inyong hukbong sandatahan sa usapang pangkapayapaan ay maganda. We had peace talks with the MNLF. We were able to go through that. We had the opportunity to integrate fighters from the MNLF, and they turned out to be very good soldiers, fighting for the homeland, even many becoming our heroes, sacrificing their lives for the country. At ganun din ang nangyayari ngayon sa usapan ngayon dito sa MILF. Kami kabahagi ng usapan na yan, malakas po kaming kapartner at pinaninindigan po natin lahat na nagiging kasunduan, pati yung mga mekanismo na nangangalaga doon sa ceasefire na nangingibabaw ngayon. Ganon din po yung sa CPLA sa Cordillera. May usapang pangkapayapaan dyan. Ganon din po nangyari. Matibay po na naging kapartner ang ating hukbong sandatahan. Ang punto ko po dito sa unang bagay na ito ay kami po ay seryoso pag ang usapan ay kapayapaan. Dahil ang nangingibabaw po sa puso namin, at ito yung pangalawang punto, yung future o yung hinaharap ng bawat Pilipino, lalo na po yung mga anak naming sarili, anak po ni attorney na maliit pa, anak po ni magigipang apo na sila po ang magmamana ng ating bansa. Kaya kung pagdating ng panahon, lahat tayo ay nagkakaisa at tayo ay nagkakaugnay, nagkakaisang puso, isang diwa, tayo ay mangingibabaw sa lahat ng ibang bansa dito sa mundo. At I feel and I do believe the Philippines will be great again.
Thank you very much for the insights and the suggestions, gentlemen. I think we have a very positive message being sent out here that despite what you call the humps and bumps in the search for peace, we are positive as a Filipino nation that what we desire in this very difficult, what seemed to be a complicated process, is a to and fro, but which basically lies in the aspiration that every Filipino desires to have a peaceful community, and we want to leave a legacy to our children that the Philippines could be one peaceful nation, and we want prosperity to reign amidst the peace and the stability of this country. So with that, we hope that in the future and in the coming episode, probably we will have the good message that indeed the peace talks between the two parties has succeeded. So again, thank you very much, Attorney EDRE, General Padilla, and the eldest peace negotiator in the team, Secretary Congressman Mayor Nani Braganza. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Edna Co, University of the Philippines.